Hello, everyone. My name is Tom Hansen, also known as Scarhoof, and I am back live through the power of the internet. Sorry, Boogie. Sipping my water. So I had to get a crown today. So my lower jaw is a little on the sore side. Not very happy about that, but it happens. This was a crown that I had from a long time ago. In fact, I think, if I remember right, this crown. When I was younger, I was playing leapfrog in the park with some friends, and as I jumped over somebody, I came down and I busted my tooth I hit my jaw on my knee, and kind of slammed my teeth together. And about, I don't know, 7 or 8 years later, all of a sudden the root started dying on that one specific tooth. So anyway, had to get a root canal, had to get the crown, and then here 15 years later, something like that, maybe 16 years later, I had to go in and get it retreated and get a new crown put on and all that jazz. So super, super interesting. I'm sure you guys really care about that. All right, so I don't actually hear my music. Do I hear the music? Is the music going? Oh, yeah. It's going. I'm just losing my mind. All right. So, since yesterday, I've actually gotten a little bit of work done here. So let's come into the draft here, and I want to get a new document going. I'm not sure what I want to call this one. I guess we can call this skills and talents. So this is all just kind of it's all kind of up in the air. So skills. Each class gains 20 class skills. You start at level 1, or you start with 1 at level 1, the main core class ability, which is what Scarhoof had. Scarhoof had, what was it? It was something. I've decided to change it probably to Mending Pulse. So let's actually come through here and look for it. I know I have it in here somewhere. So we got the stick. Oh, I also went through and I cleaned all this up. If you guys remember, there was a... you guys, as if I'm talking to anybody right now, right? I'm talking to myself. Oh, shout out to Garrett Robinson. I reached out to him. I followed him for a long time on YouTube with his vlog a novel channel. I thought it was an ingenious idea, and I've always wanted to do it. And that's precisely the reason why I'm doing this here. So I'm kind of, this channel, I don't really expect a lot of viewership per se, but I have a lot of fun doing it, and it's more of a productivity tool for me anyway. And, if I can get some fans in here and they want to talk shop about whatever, or ask me questions and critique the stuff I'm writing, then, so be it. More the merrier, right? Anyway, shout out to Garrett for chatting with me for a little bit, sharing with me a little bit of his history and why he does things and all that jazz. So it was helpful, despite the fact that he thought it wasn't very helpful. I do appreciate that. Let me see here. We need to. Yeah. Oh, so what I meant to say is, like, all these little words and stuff that I had in here. They were. I had done some weird stuff with them. Can I not? There we go. Yeah, I've changed up my presets, so now I just have regular body and then system messages, and I can add in some more presets for this down the road. But a lot of these things I had with like block quotes, and they just weren't looking very, very good. So all of that's gotten fixed by now. Route the rats. This is where we need to go and fix. So instead of lesser healing will, I think what I want to do is I want to call it Mending Pulse. just italicize that. And then I'm going to get rid of that, bold that. Yeah, there we go. So what I need to do is I need to do kind of a search for lesser healing. Will. And replace it with mending pulse. And then replace and find. 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 Next. Yep. Replace and find. Replace and find. Replace and find. Replace and find. Awesome. And then next, do I have any? I don't think I have any more. Next. Oh, I do. Replace and find. Mending pulse. And then all right, so there we go. So now I have mending pulse, and mending pulse. If I do a global search for mending pulse, what I can do is make sure that it's italicized every single time I use it. I think that's what I want to do. So let's go ahead and just fix some of these guys in here like this. These are also supposed to be italicized as well, aren't they? Yeah, they are. There we go. All right. Any more? Yep. Right there. So yeah, we're doing a little bit of... I passed 2 mending pulses. Yes. Yeah. So we're just going through and cleaning up some things here. And I think that's about it, right? Yep, there we go. Awesome. All right, so I've fixed all of those. I'm going to leave this level up here because I'm still not quite ready to deal with the level up and how he's going to assign his talents and his skills. That's something that I'm still kind of working on. This is all preliminary, so don't hold me to this. So the idea that I came up with today is at level 1, you start with 1. So you have a core class ability, and then you gain another one at level 2, just like he did, and then every other level from there on. So at level 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, until you get down to level 30, at which point you go level 40, level 50, level 60, and level 70. Okay. I do plan on going to level 100 here. This is very reminiscent of playing from like Asheron's Call days, when actually Asheron's Call, I don't think Asheron's Call even had a technical upper limit, but it got like exponentially difficult to get to that point afterwards. So just something to keep in mind. So anyway, let's see here. All right. I think that's all I had for that. Close that other window. Sorry, I'm off camera working on another window right now. All right. The other thing. Okay, so anyway, these are where the skills are going to come through, and I think I only want to do 20 skills. So I'm kind of basing this generally off of World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is the one MMO that I played more than anything else, but I want to, obviously I don't want to rip off World of Warcraft directly. It's homage, it's inspired by, but I definitely want to take this in my own unique direction. And one of the things that I kind of like, actually, I'm thinking about doing this, is from Diablo. One of the interesting things during BlizzCon years ago, when Diablo 3 was first being announced, is they talked about how, you're going to have so many active slots for your abilities, right? World of Warcraft, you could basically have every single slot available, right? Including macros and all sorts of other cool things. Given that this is in book form, I want to focus more on a few core abilities. So what I'm thinking is the main character is going to have like 5 abilities that they can use at any given time, right? Now they'll have maybe like different tabs or whatever, so they can have like a resting, a combat, a healing, basically, so you can like respec yourself, except it's more like you're just basically putting a new toolbar on. kind of a thing. So you're basically going to have like 3 different toolbars. One is used for while you're fighting, like a 5-man raid or whatever. So basically, essentially, you can set up these organizations, and depending on what you're doing at that time, you can access those. So you'll actually have a lot of different skills. It's just that once you are doing something, you're locked into those skills in that specific that pool or whatever. So I like the idea of being limited with the abilities that you have. So if you are a healer in a raid group, you're going to have your 5 main core abilities that you need to do your job well. All right, so that's kind of the main goal here, right? Even and with only having 20 total abilities available in the game, you have to choose 5 of those for your core abilities. So what I want to do though is I also want to have so I want to have core class skills, okay, and those are going to be the first to get announced. So like with level 1, you get your core class skill. At level 2, you're going to get an offensive skill, right? So level 1, Scar had the what did I call it? Mending Pulse. At level 2, he's going to get an offensive skill, which is what we called Spirit Shock. At level 3, he's going to get a defensive, or actually level 4, he's going to get a defensive skill called Tendrils. And I've got, this is all, this is all up for change. And then level 5, or level 6, he's going to get his 4th skill, which will be a party skill, and that'll be a Yantra. And then Spirit's Path will be the 5th one, and this one has got, it's supposed to be bolded because I was using other things, but yeah, all of this was supposed to be like this, and then these are going to be kind of the core affinities, and I have an affinity system in this that I kind of want to do. All the rest of this stuff is all just, I just kind of went through and looked up Buddhist terms associated with Buddhism, and I just kind of dumped some of these things down. So like, for example, we have then we get to talent points here, right? So for instance, Spirit Shock, offensive skill. It shocks the target with a spiritual blast. Each successful blast will weaken the target's vulnerability to future blasts by 1% and raise the critical strike chance by 1%. Max of 10 stacks. So if you cast it 10 times, it's going to cost you 10 total mana, 10 total seconds, and they're going to take 10% more damage, and it's going to have a 10% crit chance as long as you keep stacking it, right, and keep it going. So you can just kind of like raise it up and then just like wail on it. Once you get talents, and I think I'm going to give out 10 talents at level 10, and then 1 thereafter, I think. So the first 10 levels are just going to kind of get you into the groove of it. So at level 10, you're gonna get 1 of each of your core skills that you need, and then you're gonna move into your next journey, right? Basically, right? So you're gonna get, by the time you hit level 70, you're going to have 4 healing spells. So Mending Pulse, Mending Force, Mending Touch, and Mending Gale. You're going to get 4 offensive abilities: Spirit Shock, Bow, Dukkha, and Vajra, etc., etc. All right, so party skills, and then these affinity skills, and party skills, and defensive, right? So, all of that being said, also, I can get into other stuff later on. Part of this, by the way, this is major spoilers. So, part of this is going to be part of the plot, actually. Learning what skills you get, because I want this game to have no documentation. So there's no forums for him to go read. The AI that's running this game is kind of customizing everything for him a little bit. It's not just him, it's customizing it for everyone, so he's getting his own unique experience out there. Now, that being said, there's other shaman out there, so he's going to have the same skills as other shaman, but because of some of these affinities and some of the unique things that is going to happen to Scarhoof, in this journey, he's going to be a pretty badass shaman compared to the rest. So just something to think, just something to keep in mind, think about. But yeah, so by the time you put 10 talent points into it, it's basically going to be, you've reduced your cast time by 0.1 seconds each, so you're going to reduce it by a total of 1 second. So it's going to be an instant cast. It's going to still cost 1 mana. Well, this will probably raise up as I increase things. So 1 mana increases vulnerability to spirit magic by 1%. So that's a total of 10%, and critical chance by a total of 10%. So that basically means that by the time you get this completely talented up, it's going to be instant cast, 100% vulnerability, all right, and 100% critical chance, all right, if you put 10 stacks on. So this thing is going to be zero. You're going to have 0 defenses to it, and it's going to crit every single time, and you're going to be able to spam this thing. So I think by putting 10 talent points into this to reach that top thing, it can be extremely powerful if you need to be DPSing. However, he's a healer, right? And he's not really going to need to use this, but this will be great for when he's out soloing and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I'm designing my my skills and my talents and stuff like that. So hopefully that makes sense, and that's also one of the reasons why I haven't done this level up yet, because I just came up with all of this, and I still haven't done it for all the other classes. And none of this is set in stone. All of this I still have to fiddle with and figure out, because, yeah, we'll see how that whole thing goes. So, with all that said, we actually need to start working on level 2. So we're basically done with level 1, and I wanted to dive into level 2 today. And I don't have any of my stuff pulled up for that, so let me get that done. So level 1 is done. Alright, so the first one we're going to do is we're going to have, just kind of calling these by, let's actually put that underneath. Nope. How is this not working? There we go. So this one is going to be a Friendship, Fortune, Blood. I'm going to add another one. This one's going to be, oh, okay. I have an entire quest line here that apparently I pretty much already did. Huh. Yeah, I probably should have been fleshing some of this stuff out a little bit more. Instead of working on world building. Okay, yeah, it looks like according to my outline, I actually was supposed to just deliver the shard. And I was actually supposed to deliver the shard to the Elder Mother in this specific thing. So that's actually not a bad idea, though. I could easily move this. I could move the level up to here when I completed this quest, and then move Elder Deliver down into here. So I might actually do that, but I can fix that later. That's not really a problem. But so really, all I have is I have Friendship, Fortune, and Blood, and then I have the Elder Delivery thing is done, so I have a side quest here, which is probably going to have to become the entire thing. Great. Great, great, great. All right. So let's go ahead and just add... That's not what I wanted. Why is that so huge? Nope, nope, nope. Documents, convert to default text style. There we go. So these are... Paste and match style, fine. Paste and match style. Probably should have imported these in before, but that's okay. That's totally fine. So this is the lump sum of outline that I have, and I'm supposed to write 10,000 words from this. From 97, I'm supposed to increase it 1,000 times, something like that. Yeah. Elder Mother agrees this is interesting. Understatement of the year. I gotta turn that one statement into like 1,000 words. Oh boy. Alright. And then level up. No. Again, I keep doing this wrong. There we go. Alright, yeah, I'm probably going to have to flesh a lot more of this out. It's a very bare bones outline at this point. But it is what it is, right? Alright. Well, not for nothing. It's time to get working on it. I feel like I'm actually missing some story in there. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Is I'm missing something in here. Things. See, yeah, I just. I'm not sure what I was doing here, but no. Okay. Copy. Paste. There we go. Okay, that's an actual, like, plot line. Okay. Rage. Alright, the other thing I need to do is I need to do this. All right, I'm going to turn on some music, and actually the music's already going. It's so quiet, I don't hear it, is the problem. It's so quiet. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to put myself on mute and get working on this. Oh man, I am struggling right now. This is not good. The pain in my jaw is extremely distracting, and I'm having a hard time concentrating between that pain and the words on the screen right now. If you've ever had that pain where it's just kind of like your whole bottom jaw just gets sore all the way over, and then it seeps into your like the joint, your jaw joint. Oh, so like my entire lower jaw right now has just gotten worse and worse. So I think I'm going to go take something for it and go distract myself for a little while. I may be back. I might put this off till tomorrow. We'll see. Got a lot. I actually did get a fair amount done as far as world planning earlier today off camera. So like even though this is only 288 words, it took me a while to kind of figure this out, because I had to figure out a lot of little things about how the world worked and how I want progression to happen and all that other stuff. So even though I didn't get a ton done, I got something done today, which is what matters. So I think I'm going to end the stream here, and I also think I need to rethink this level 2, because I'm just not really happy with. That's the other thing, is like in the back of my mind I'm just thinking like I don't have enough for an entire level 2, because I didn't flesh it out fully like I did with level 1. So I think that's something I will work on tomorrow, but for right now I'm going to end this stream. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.